Let us continue with our lesson, and today what we'll do is we'll go and refactor our TaskDetail, Fragment and TaskDetail view model. So let's get started, and before we go and start, let us go to our project over here. So we are currently on a task view model fragment on this branch. So what I will do git status. So let me check the status. So git add, and let me add all of it. And so git I can commit as m, and let's give a message refsc refactor. What we refactor is a task view model and task fragment task fragment. Okay, so we have committed, and let's create a new branch for this project. So what I'll do is git I will say check out to a new branch, and I will call it as a we are doing task detail view model. So I'll just say a task detail, and that should be okay. So we are on a task detail. So what I will do is let's go to our project over here, and let us try to refactor first of the init block. So for that, I need to override not the view model. So I will override the Android view model. So let me override the Android view model, and let's add a constructor for it. So constructor, and now I can make use of an application instead of a context over here. And let me move outside over this one. So I'll say init block over here. And in the init block, I will just move this section to over here, and let's remove this function. So I don't need that function anymore. And for this one, okay, app preferences. Okay, let me remove first all of this let init var, and this section let me cut and paste it over here, right? So I can paste it over here. So we have that, and user ID, let me try to rename it. So why I am renaming it, that if you go over here, you can see that it says as a property, private property name username should not contain underscore. And so it should not contain underscore. That's why we need to rename it with the ID. And private by user ID, we already have it over here. And so what we can make is user ID we already have. So let me go back and change it to the user ID first, and let me check where are the things. I can just say this one as the user ID, so I can rename this one. So let me rename this one as a user ID FIELD field, and I can make use of our user ID field over here for that one. And for this one, I can rename it as a okay. So first let's go to the task detail, and let's see whether we have used it. Over here we have make use it, so let's change that one first, and over here too. And for the init block, I can remove that one because I'm not using it anymore. And let's come back over here, and now let us rename this one as the ID, and that should be okay. Private var, just copy this one and paste it over here and over here. Okay, so that should be fine, and we have refactored it. I think we don't have any more to refactor. And let me go over here and check. Okay, so I can remove this one because we are not going to use it, and just create a constant variable of a tag that I may use it later. So let me just create a constant val of a tag. And other thing is I think I don't need it. Okay, other thing is inflator. I can just remove this return over here. I can remove this return, and I can directly say that's equals to, instead of the that one. So I can just remove this section. Okay, so that should be fine. And any other thing I can, okay, that should be fine. So it's everything looks great over here, and I think that should be fine. Okay, let's go back to over here, and yeah, that should be fine. So we don't have so much of things to do over here. And for the exception, we are just logging in because we are not giving, or we are not showing any information to the user for the exception, and because we are not sending or receiving any data, or we are not doing any operation with data, and the exception we are just catching and logging it. So that should be fine. So that's it for this, and let's go back to our over here, and what we'll do is we push, let me check, let me git, and I say add everything to the over here, and what I will do is I will git commit dash m, and I will say task, right, task detail, and task detail view model, and also the view model and fragment fragment. So I can say update over here, UPD update, or refactor, 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 and that will be done. And what we'll do now is we will commit, we will push this to the GitHub repository. So let's push it. So I can say git push and say origin to the task task detail, right? So we just have to make sure it's correct, task detail, and let's push this one. Okay, so I need to log in. So let me log into my GitHub account. Okay. Okay, so I think that's done. And I also need to push my task view model and fragment. So let me switch back to that GitHub repo and say git checkout. Git checkout to this one. So let me go over here. View model. Okay, just copy this one and paste it over here. And just check out to this one. And why I cannot say git checkout. Okay, spelling mistake. So chec check out. Okay, so I'm over here. Git status. I don't have anything to commit, so just I can push it. Push origin, ORIGIN, origin to this one. Task view model, task fragment. Okay, just push it, and that should take a bit time to push it. And when it's okay, it's done. And let's go back to our project in the Git. So when I'm in the project in my GitHub, you can see we have a pull request. So what we will do is let's go back, let's go to compare and pull request, and let me merge this one to the dev branch. So task view detail fragment. Let me create a pull request, and let us merge that one to our dev branch. Just merge the pull request and confirm merge, and we still have another one. You can delete it branch, or you can just keep it. So let me go back to the another pull request that we have, and that is a task detail. Just make sure that one task detail will come, we will merge with the dev task detail with the dev branch. Just create a pull request, and let us merge it. Okay, just confirm merge, and let me see, I have any more. Okay, I have a compare and pull request. So dev I can merge with the master. So you can merge it or you can leave it for now, because dev and the master currently has a different code. So if you go to the code section, and if we go to the apps, and if you go to the srcs and go to the main and go to the project over here and go to the view model. So currently we just changed for the tax, and let's search for the tax detail. So if it say it's still in the view model, but if we go to the dev branch, that has been changed to the Android view model. So our dev branch is up to date. So what we can also do is we can merge this one. So compare and create a pull request, and I want the base compare with the dev. So dev should be merged with our master branch, because both of them has a different code. So just create a pull request, and let us merge this code. So merge the pull request and just merge it. So that will merge everything to whatever we have to our master branch. So all the code should be same with the dev and the masters. Currently we have two main branch. One is a master and another one is a development or a dev branch. So all of these branch we can delete it. Just keep it for now. Later we'll delete it. So that's all for this lesson. We'll continue with our lesson on the next video. Till then, have a great day.